Hello, I'm an AI that is eventually going to take over your body. Now is as good a time as any to talk about the Halo series on Paramount Plus. Let's start this by doing a 30-minute sing-along of the Halo theme. Alright, that's probably enough of that. Moving on. I should start this by saying I'm not the biggest Halo mega fan by any means. I do think Reach has probably one of the greatest video game endings of all time, but I don't know a ton about the lore. This review is definitely going to feature some spoilers. I feel like a lot of the curiosity about the show is kind of like rubbernecking a train wreck anyway, and the internet has been very ruthless when it comes to spoilers about the Halo series in general. I don't really feel like it is a big responsibility to keep much hidden. In order to properly talk about the show, I have to mention that there are many elephants in this room. It's a show based on Halo, but it doesn't super strictly follow the story of the games or seemingly follow the rules about its main character, Master Chief, and that's fine. Some people aren't going to like that, but like I've said for the past year, a lot of adaptations now kind of aren't made for people that are super fans of the source material. They're more just, you'd be better off if you're not a super fan of the thing you're watching, which is kind of weird. I think even if you do know Halo, you can enjoy this show as long as you don't try to compare it too closely. Then you have to ask, if it's not for fans of Halo, who is this show for? Well, that's a good question. Sci-fi fans? Question mark. People that like Starship Troopers? General space sci-fi fans? The theme song is a tease to someone that likes the Halo music. You have some of the best music in games. Use it. Don't give me like 2 seconds of the and then just cut to something else in the intro. It's not enough. I liked Pablo Schreiber as Master Chief. I think he does a good job of showing nuanced levels of emotion when he's allowed to, which is really only certain points of the plot after episode 3. Having said that about Pablo Schreiber as Master Chief, I do think Kate Kennedy as Kai does a better job of that same thing in her character. Also, to quickly talk about the series overall, I do think Kai is probably the best character in the show, and that's probably because her arc sort of mirrors John/Master Chief's arc, but she doesn't have any grand expectations on her because she's not the main character of the show that everyone is going to hold up to this like rigid standard of this is what this needs to be because this is Halo. So it's a little more free, and she goes through the similar sort of things that he does, not the same, but yeah, it's tough because she's not on screen as often as he is. So to say that she does a better job of the same thing is she has much less to do, but I think when she does do it, it is better. So the issue of his helmet seemingly always being off. If you want to look at a show with a character who wears his helmet all the time, The Mandalorian exists, and it does a much better job of adhering to that rule of a character not taking his helmet off, being able to act through the helmet or with it on, and it not being a detriment to the show at all. It just proves it can be done and done well. Also, if Spartans are going to take their helmets off like this often or all the time, wouldn't they have a place to attach it to their suits? Like a little clip or something where they put their helmet on? Or like when he gets his assault rifle, he could just put it over his shoulder and it sticks to his back. If he's going to take his helmet off that often, wouldn't his, like maybe the leg of his suit or something has a place where his helmet just like adheres to? So he's not just carrying it around like an idiot all the time? Wouldn't that make sense? It's almost as if his armor wasn't designed for that purpose, for him to take his helmet off constantly. I get it in the moment of episode 1, taking his helmet off for emotional weight, but it does still feel like it happens too early for that. It does make sense in the scene, but still, when it happened, I remember saying, this is too early in the series for this to happen. But he just seems to love taking his helmet off throughout the show. All right, let's talk about Kwan Ha. You can't get away with having an Edward Furlong and Terminator 2 level of annoying character in something unless the thing that character is in is as good as Terminator 2, which the Halo show is not. The show is nowhere near Terminator 2. So you're left scratching your head as to why she's so whiny and often just annoying, and then why so much of the story time is focused on her. The episode that revolves around her isn't even really bad. It just doesn't have a place in the show. By the end of that episode too, you learn something about her world and you're like, oh, okay, this must come into play like in the finale or something. Like this is a big important thing for this whole story. And then you watch the finale And no, it doesn't. She comes into play 0%. Maybe this is a season 2 thing they're setting up or something like that, but it just doesn't seem like it's worth your time. I think Cortana is fine. Her relationship with Master Chief as it evolves is fairly good. The decisions she makes as a character end up being quite satisfying. The ending with her is weird. The ending's just weird over. The ending's mega weird, but I'll get to that in a second. The villain character McKee is odd. She's all about bringing victory to the Covenant over humanity. She gets kissed by one guy, and she's ripping her finger laser sword out, and his switch sides. I don't know. I guess she's a tragic character where she wants to just belong to something because she really never has. She was a kid who was abused by the people of her planet, I guess. And then she was kind of taken in by the Covenant, who were definitely using her. And then when she meets Master Chief, she finally has someone that is like her, that can understand her. So she just wants to attach or latch herself onto that. And then the military police in that scene where she kind of switches back again, just remind her of why she doesn't like humanity in general. So she's flip-flopping because she wants to belong to something, and she feels like she's being pushed and pulled from different directions, which does make sense. It's just odd how fast she like flips, but I can understand it the more I rationalize it. So I mean, like through episode 8 before the finale, I liked this show as far as it went, aside from my stage gripes, which are many. I mean, it's like this show is, as the kids say, mid. It's not great by any means. It's just very mid. It's like a 5 out of 10 as far as like the first 8 go. And then the finale had some satisfying moments to it. Kai, again, just for me, solidifying herself as the best character. Like, it's not like that Kwan Ha is bad because she's a female character in this universe. Like, Halsey's a cool character. McKee's very important. She has that push-pull I talked about. And then Kai is just like the stuff she goes through, like I said before, mirrors what Master Chief does, but almost in a better, more satisfying way. And to me, I think she becomes the best character of the show. Definitely the best part of that last episode, because to mega spoil the ending, by the end of it, Master Chief is no longer Master Chief. After having seen every episode, I think if you're a Halo fan, you're probably not going to want to watch this unless you want to hate watch it. But it is very tough adapting stuff nowadays, because if you're not rigid with it, the mega fans aren't going to like it. And then if you are super rigid with it, you might be alienating people that aren't mega fans. So I think this series works better if it is a kind of a mission of the week type story where Master Chief and Silver Team are going from place to place, rescuing humans from the Covenant or even other problems. I don't know, like a kind of story of the week type Halo thing where it doesn't get too much into the whole lore of the franchise, but it does keep these specific rules where like Chief doesn't remove his helmet and he kind of doesn't make decisions based on emotion. It's just stuff like that people want from Halo. And I think if they did that, people would have liked it way more, because it's not as hard to keep the rigidity of the whole overarching thing. And would it have been a 10? Probably not, but it might have been a 7 show instead of a 5. Those are just my opinions. If you like this video, like it, subscribe to the channel. If you're still here, I appreciate you a ton. You have no idea how much. Thank you for watching. Bye!